Alrighty, welcome back to Final Fantathon and our Let's Play of Final Fantasy III. It is so good to have everyone back. We have, oh my god, holy cow, so much to talk about. So first of all, it's a very meme-filled Christmas. Our Christmas special this year. Long story short, we normally have a meme event back in April, but we didn't do it this year because the remake came out in April. So I decided to keep Meme Week kind of in the pocket, and I'm gonna pause these alerts for a second and do it for Christmas instead. So we're doing a big meme event for Christmas. We're having all sorts of just ridiculous games and stuff. And one thing that we're doing, I'm gonna start fighting stuff while I talk. One thing that we're doing later today is we're doing a double Final Fantasy challenge. 2 Final Fantasy VIIs, 1 controller. You heard that right. So that's going to be nonsensical later today. And you guys on YouTube will see it as well, don't worry. But yeah, that's going to be hype. And so if you hear some crazy memes getting flown around during the playthrough today, that's why, because of our Christmas special. Next, like this, for example. Oh, dude, Sid like stops right in the middle of the names and the health. That's like perfect. Anyways, so Sephiroth in Smash, anyone? That was the big announcement yesterday. The Game Awards happened yesterday, and they announced Sephiroth for Smash. I got like 1 million messages last night about it. Pretty dang cool. I thought it was really cool because it was kind of something that like everyone thought they weren't gonna do. I had talked to some people about it, and it was like, oh man, Sephiroth would be cool, but they'd like never do that. He's too like, I don't know, evil or something. Like everyone had like a different reason as to why they wouldn't do Sephiroth. It kind of made more sense that they wouldn't have any more Final Fantasy characters. Like if they didn't do Tifa, then why would they do Sephiroth, kind of thing. That was kind of the boat I was in, was like, why would they do Sephiroth when they could do Tifa? Because Tifa would be a lot more of a unique fighter and work better for Smash. Sephiroth would just be kind of a cloud with a longer sword, and also, like, probably overpowered because of just the way he's designed. But they did Sephiroth, so there you go. We'll see how that works out. If you haven't seen the trailer, yeah, you gotta watch the trailer. It's pretty crazy. There's one part where it looks like Sephiroth kills Mario, and everyone was like, "What in the world, Nintendo? You've lost your mind." But it was cool to see that they actually captured the character. Like they really captured the character of Sephiroth, because he cuts the final boss of Smash in half. Like, they're really trying to sell how strong he is. They didn't undersell Sephiroth, is what I'm saying. Like, I would have rathered them leave Sephiroth out if they were going to undersell him, but they did not undersell him. Like, they were like, no, it's Sephiroth. Like, he's out here killing Mario. So, like, yeah. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. You could have told me, if I wasn't watching the show and you told me they put Sephiroth in Smash, I would have been like, okay. But being there and experiencing it, like, they sold me. It was cool. So that was neat. The show itself was pretty lame, which everyone expected, but normally I don't even watch it, but I watched it this year, and yeah, it was as lame as I figured it would be. Some of the game announcements were okay, I guess, but the general show is what you'd expect, just Last of Us winning everything. I had said, oh yeah, and it was the DMCA awards too. They let everyone co-stream it like always, but all the streamers muted almost every trailer because they were afraid of DMCA, so that went great. But yeah, I had said a couple weeks ago that Ghost was going to win. And Ghost won the People's Choice, but it didn't win the overall choice, the actual Game of the Year. The actual Game of the Year was Last of Us, which makes sense if you watch the show, because the show was like every other award Last of Us won, basically. It was like the year... This is Last of Us 2, by the way. It was like the year that Last of Us 1 came out. And it won everything. It was the same thing. Last of Us 2 won like everything. They even won like the audio award. Like the award for audio production or whatever. So they won literally everything. So it made sense that they won Game of the Year. But yeah, I mean, it was whatever. I guess one cool thing is that another indie game was nominated for Game of the Year. Last year, or was it no, 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? I don't know. Dude, it's 2020. I don't know what year it is anymore. Whatever year Celeste came out, Celeste was next to God of War and Red Dead 2. And this year, Hades was nominated for Game of the Year, which is cool. So, yeah, it's really nice to see indie games at least be in the running. I mean, I feel like it'd be really hard for an indie game to win just because of the way, however they decide what the Game of the Year is, it's always like whatever was the most impactful and sold the most copies and yada yada, and it's like an indie game isn't going to win that just because it's an indie game. Like, just by the definition of an indie game alone, it can't be popular enough to win Game of the Year. So, but I guess, you know, when you think about it, I wish my airship was on the other side of this dungeon, because I gotta run all the way out. When you think about it, like, if there was ever a year for an indie game to win, it probably would have been this year, because not only did regular games kind of blow this year, but a lot of them got pushed back to next year because of pandemic. So, and a lot of them got kind of rushed and were terrible because of pandemic. And on top of that, two of the biggest indie games of all time, Among Us and Fall Guys, happened this year. So, like, if there was ever a year for an indie game to win, it probably would have been this one, but Among Us won a bunch of stuff, which people were complaining about because Among Us actually came out like 3 years ago, but it just got popular this year. Which, yeah, a little confused by that, but I guess what they were saying was like the current version of it was released this year. Whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna play these alerts since we're just fighting random battles. There's a lot of them. A lot of Crash Bandicoot woes. And I gotta shout out some peeps. Holy cow, you guys had a huge sub train. Thank you so much. Let's see. We had Tony with the 8 months, Shane with the 27 months, Joseph with the 16 months, Snipes with the 41 months, Dragon with the bits, Sid with the 42 months at tier 2. Holy cow. Thank you so much. Can I get out this way? Bryce with the bits, thank you so much. Patches with the bits, thank you so much. Sid with the 5 gifted subs. Congrats to everyone that got one. I don't think I can get out this way. This is like a... Maybe I can. And Mark, thank you so much for the 17 months. And Doc, great, thank you so much for the 7 months. And Limit, thank you for the 3 months. RJP, thank you for the bits. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't win a lot. It won something, I think. Yeah, it did. It won something. I forget what it was.
I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me.
I think it won. I think it actually won Best RPG. I think. Yeah. Which, I mean, if it's gonna win an award, that's a good one. It won Best Soundtrack, too. Nice. I think it deserves that. A lot of people didn't like the soundtrack, but I don't think anyone argues that that soundtrack was really well made. And it was super unique. Like, just, it had a huge range of songs. I think everyone had at least one song they liked from the game just because it had such a nice range of types of music. Had a lot of electronic, but then also had, like, metal and just a lot of different stuff. It was good. Thank you so much, Patience, for the bits. Yeah, I'll be honest, I kinda slept on Last of Us. Like I said before, when people asked me originally what I thought would win, I said Ghost would win. And the reason I thought Ghost would win was because I thought Last of Us was a little too, like, risque when it came out. Like, a lot of people hated it, and a lot of people loved it. It was really like a down-the-middle type of game. So I thought it would just, like, not win anything. Like, I figured, you know. But I guess the Game Awards was like, nope, it has Last of Us in the title, it wins everything. Yeah. Well, a lot of people were saying industry bias, like, the whole time. And, like, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. But the way it goes. That's why a lot of people don't like those shows. A lot of people watch just for the game announcements. Which, the game announcements were pretty lame. Like I said, there were a couple that were okay, but some of them were laughably bad. Like the like the game with Vin Diesel. Did you guys see that? There was an Ark trailer with Vin Diesel as the main character, which, like, isn't the craziest thing ever, because getting like real actors into video games is something that seems to be naturally happening. But oh my god, the animation in that trailer was beyond bad. I think I'd rather play Year of the Dragonfly than I'd rather yeet another hype train. Oh my god. Oh no, that was the end of the hype train. I got a heart with arrows in it. Yeah, the eat was perfect. Yeah, no, it was, go watch it if you haven't seen it. Just type in Ark trailer Vin Diesel and find that trailer with Vin Diesel. It almost looked like the first time a character had ever been digitized. Ever. Like, it looked worse than Mortal Kombat. Like the original Mortal Kombat. You know, I would have rather them digitize him that way than the way they did it, because he looked so blocky. He was just like, Like, his face looked fine. You saw him and he was like, oh my god, that's Vin Diesel. But then he was like, he was just like, He was like robotic. Like they had him in some kind of like robot suit. Yeah, it was Vin Diesel Roblox mode. like a Roblox mod where someone put Vin Diesel on top of a Roblox character. Yeah, it looked great, but it, like, you know, when everyone was standing still, but as soon as someone moved, it was like, what in the world happened? It was really bad. Yeah, it was, you have to see it to believe it, but yeah, it was bad. I think the biggest, you guys can agree or disagree with me here, I think the biggest announcement of the entire show was Mass Effect. There was, the very end, there was a trailer for Mass Effect, and everyone thought it was going to be the remaster that we already know about. But it wasn't. It said Mass Effect will continue, and then it just ended. So people are saying Mass Effect 4. It didn't say Mass Effect 4, but that's what people are saying. Which is pretty... I would say that's a pretty big deal. Mass Effect's big fan favorite. So... that was probably the biggest announcement of the show. Andromeda Part 2. Yikes. I don't know, I'm willing to give it a chance. Like, I'm not even a Mass Effect fan, but I know how much people love Mass Effect, so... I mean, when the Final Fantasy VII Remake was first announced a million years ago, I thought they could probably screw this up real bad, but I was still like, I'll see what happens, you know? Like, I'm not gonna throw it down the garbage chute yet until we at least see something. Oh, Perfect Dark Remaster. I must have missed that one. That must have been my potty break or something. That sounds cool. I mean, they already did a James Bond 007 reboot, remaster deal a long time ago, so I guess it makes sense to do Perfect Dark at some point. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, we'll believe it when we see it, but it was a cool announcement at least. Like I said, that was probably the best announcement just because the other ones weren't that great. You know? Like, the Sephiroth thing definitely stole the show, but that wasn't really a game announcement, it was just a character announcement. In terms of game announcements, Mass Effect's probably the biggest one, I don't know what else. Oh yeah, there was that Ghosts and Goblins remaster, that looked really cool. At first I was kind of like, eh. Just because, like, even though I love Ghosts and Goblins, and I beat the original game, and didn't die afterwards, I just feel like Ghosts and Goblins has already gotten remasters. Like, they already got Ghouls and Ghosts, and, like, it's been done a million times. So I wasn't instantly excited about it. I was kind of like, oh, we're doing this again, cool. But when I saw the trailer, did you guys see the art style? Was so cool. It looked like a... like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was almost like a painting that was moving or something. Like, it was really unique art style. It looked nothing like the original. I mean, it did, but they upped the ante on it. They didn't just, you know, do a 2D 8-bit style like they could have. They really went, like, above and beyond. It looks really cool. So that was pretty exciting. And the arcade collection looked cool, too. I was going half. Who do I main in Super Smash Bros? No one really. I didn't really play it enough to get a main. When I was actively playing it, my main was Zelda. But I don't feel like I gave the other characters enough of a chance to, like, decide 100% Zelda's my main. She was just the one I got used to quickly and then used for most of the main story stuff. Like, I used her for, like, to unlock a lot of the characters. But yeah, I don't know. If I play, and I haven't even played since a lot of the characters were added, so one of those might be my main. At least in terms of the regular roster, I liked Zelda a lot. trying to think, there was someone else that I used quite a bit too. My main in the other Smash games
Who's that Pokemon?
was Link. It's funny that my main in Melee was Link, and my main in Ultimate is Zelda, and I'm like not a Zelda fan. And actually, there was a... Oh god. Hold on. Mom! Mom, get off the phone! I'm trying to log into MSN chat. Yeah, welcome to Meme Week. There was a meme floating around of the main, the best Cloud player, the best Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Cloud main watched the Game Awards and didn't know who Sephiroth was. And people were like memeing about it. I feel the same way, where I mained Link and Zelda in the two most popular Smash games, and I like don't play Legend of Zelda. So I feel it. I feel it. I feel you on that one. How's it going, Vagrant? Although he has more of an excuse than I do, because he's like really young, so it makes sense that he would play Smash but not Final Fantasy. For me, I have no excuse. I grew up with Legend of Zelda being a franchise. I have no excuse for not playing Legend of Zelda. So, I'm worse. I don't know. I do have an excuse because I played the original, and the original was pretty terrible if you played it back then. Legend of Zelda on the NES is a masterpiece, but if you bought it when it came out as a kid, it was unplayable. Pow. Indeed. You know, it was at least unbeatable. Unplayable might not be the right word, because I still had fun with it, but it was unbeatable. We didn't have the internet. We had no idea how to beat it. We were completely lost. And so when Legend of Zelda 2 came out, and it was justifiably worse than the original, we passed on it, and then after that we just didn't buy any Legend of Zelda games, because why would we? The first one was impossible to beat, and the second one didn't look that great. So I just slept on the whole franchise, and then when I got older, I got the GameCube collection of, was it the first 4 games, or was it just the original and then Mask and Ocarina? I forget if 2 was on there too. But, so I played Ocarina and Majora, and I was like, I missed out. And like I said, I enjoyed them, but I don't have the same nostalgia as everyone else because I played them much later, so. And I never played Wind Waker, and I never played any of the other ones up to Breath of the Wild. And then I tried Breath of the Wild, and I was like, this game is hot fire, but I haven't been back on my Switch to finish it. I think when I do get back to my Switch and finish Breath of the Wild, it's definitely going to be my favorite Zelda game. Because I didn't grow up with Ocarina and Majora, so even though I accept them as being masterpieces, I don't have the same nostalgia as everyone else has. So Breath of the Wild just feels like a better game to me. I can totally understand if you're listening to this and you're like, how could you ever say Ocarina is worse than Breath of the Wild? Because it's not, but I didn't grow up with Ocarina, so I don't have that same attachment to it. So for me, like, the better Zelda game, the newer, better Zelda game is more exciting. Ocarina of Time is definitely one of the best games ever made, for sure. But, like I said, you know, a lot of what makes Ocarina great is the fact that it was the first real game to make you feel like you were on an adventure. It was the first real game to open up this huge map and just put the player in it and have you explore. And that first time you ride your horse into the big field, like, all of those nostalgia moments are what makes it so great. And I just don't have that same feeling. Instead, when I played it on the GameCube after already playing better 3D games, and so I was like, wow, this camera blows, and this lock-on system's kind of hard to get used to, and you know, like, I got all the negative post N64 feelings out of it, which sucks. It sucks that I didn't grow up with it to get that feeling of like, oh my god, you know, this is so new and innovative. Doesn't feel innovative to me because I played it later. Luckily, I've watched like a ton of videos on Ocarina and Majora to try to get a sense of what everyone loves about them, so I understand, you know, where it all comes from. Like, I get it. I get the love for Ocarina like I have a love for Final Fantasy VII. Where, like, even though it's old, it never gets old kind of thing. How did I not get these chests? Let's go in this stall, by the way. I'm also a big Kingdom Hearts fan. A big Kingdom Hearts fan. We actually did a marathon of 100%ing every single Kingdom Hearts game ever made last year. And it was a lot of fun. Ow. Okay, I couldn't remember if I had gotten these items and then left and then died, or if I got all these items and then beat that boss and, yeah. So, the whole VODs aren't there anymore, but if you go to the website, 4aproductions.com, and you go to Marathons, there's a page for Heartsathon, and all of the highlights and any video that had anything to do with Heartsathon is linked there. Yeah, well, I beat the boss, and then it threw me into the final dungeon thing, and then the first encounter Craig'd me, so that was neat. Yeah, I would send your eyes over to the Peter Pan gets extremely lucky and then extremely unlucky video. That one was pretty great. that was a good moment from BBS. One of the only good moments from BBS. It's not my favorite game. Alright, so maybe we'll just walk around and get some chests and then teleport out. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I got a gift for all of you Final Fantasy VI fans out there who are patiently waiting for Final Fantasy VI. You've waited years for me to play it, and then I started Fantathon, and now you're waiting through Final Fantasies 1 through 5 so I can finally get to 6. Here's my Christmas gift to you. This is my Final Fantasy VI Christmas shirt. That's for you. It's coming. We're not there yet, but it's coming. We're gonna get there. So, Merry Christmas.
Whoa!
Whoa! Wow. Yeah, so I really like when the final dungeon of games is really difficult. I like it to be a final test of everything you've learned. And I like it to be difficult so that the game doesn't just end abruptly, but you really have to work for the ending. But for Fantathon, it kind of sucks when the final dungeon is hard, because I never know how to schedule it. It's like, okay, this is the finale, but then it takes like 3 weeks to get through the final dungeon. Then we have the whole, no really, this week's the finale meme. So, it doesn't work well for Fantathon, but secretly I love when the final dungeons are really hard. If I were to create a video game, I would probably make one of the hardest final dungeons ever and, like, punish all the players that play my game. Because I just think that's kind of the point of a final dungeon, you know? What's the point of even beating the game if you don't feel like you accomplished something? I would enjoy it if this dungeon had, like, one save point, though. just at least one. Just a single, hey, you can save here. That'd be great. But, hey, that's asking too much. I'm really excited for 5. Like I said, it's the only one of the retro games that I actually have some experience with. I did play like 10 or 12 hours of it years ago. Yeah, I kind of liked Final Fantasy VII's gimmick of giving you a crystal, but not telling you when to use it. Doom didn't win any awards. Yo, Sari. Think of it, 32 months. My sub was last week and Death was here last week. Yikes. Hey, I'm okay listening to more Doom music. But, yeah, Final Fantasy VII's gimmick, where they give you a save crystal, but they don't tell you how long the dungeon is. So you don't really know, like, hey, when should I use this? You gotta have to guess, like, if you're near the end or not. Oh, we already talked a bunch about the Game Awards. I mean, there's not much to say about an overall review of the show. It always sucks. I don't think many people care about the Game Awards show anymore other than the announcements. At least that's the feeling I got from talking to people before and after the show. Just seems like most people find it kind of a joke now. I mean, it feels exactly like any other awards show for anything else. You know, for movies or music or whatever, it's like a bunch of people in a dark room decide who's the most popular that year. And we all just disagree with them, and then that's it. And they get a little trophy, and that's it. The Last of Us 2 awards, yeah. Yeah, no Elden Ring news. A lot of people were hoping for that. No Starfield news. I didn't expect any of that stuff. Nope. Yeah. You know, no Final Fantasy V spoilers, but the only thing I do remember from my small amount of time from it was that it was very Shakespearean, and I enjoyed that a lot. So, but I could see where some people wouldn't. why it might get overlooked. I mean, Ghost won the popular vote, and that's pretty much all that matters, because that means it's basically Game of the Year. Like, whatever wins the vote, in my opinion, is the Game of the Year, because who cares what the random people that we don't know who they are picked, you know? How you doing, Sentinel? The shareholder awards. I have to start like paying attention during these random battles. I'm kind of just auto farming, but they hurt. I don't know. I don't remember how hard it was. I played it many, many years ago, and I don't remember having a issue with difficulty, but hey, he died to poison. That's different. How's it going, Forrest? I guess we'll see. I don't really mind when a game is hard. I mind when a game has terrible balance or terrible difficulty curve, which is what this game kind of felt like at the start. I think it evened out, though, you know. I think it evened out, but only because I didn't change my jobs much. According to, like, what I've been reading in the comments, anyone that changed their jobs had a big issue in certain dungeons. But because I didn't change my jobs, everything kind of evened out. But the balance at the start of the game was bad. I think everyone can agree with that. And this dungeon is hard, but it's the final dungeon, so it gets a pass. But yeah, the beginning was not balanced well, and the whole fact that you have to re-level your characters if you switch jobs is also just not balanced in a good way. It's balanced in a now you have to grind way, which isn't great. You know, one thing I'd like to mention also is that there's two ways for a game to let you know that you need to grind. The first way is that the enemies become too difficult, and the second way is that your characters suck. In this game, it's definitely option B. You know, it doesn't. If the enemies become really strong, and you need to grind in order to get stronger in order to defeat them, that feels a lot better than when you switch jobs and walk into a dungeon and you do 0 damage because your characters suck, and then you have to grind because your characters suck. Like, that's not as fun, you know, at least for me. I would rather feel like I got super strong and defeated a super strong enemy, instead of, well, the enemies weren't strong, but my characters just blow. You know, like, that just doesn't feel as fun. You want to feel like your characters are strong. So, yeah, that's one of my main gripes with this game, is that if you switch jobs, your characters feel weak, and then it's just not fun to grind. It'd be much more fun to grind with something like this, where it's like, okay, it's the final dungeon, I gotta get super strong. That feels a lot better, you know. Okay, I think we're at the end. I'm gonna teleport out. And I'll go ahead and go back and rest to get my magic back, I guess. It'd be like if you were watching the original Pokemon show and like Ash got to the final Elite Four battle. Sure, maybe he's too weak to do the Elite Four battle, but then he's got to get strong because the Elite Four are strong, and that's like a cool thing to follow, like Ash getting stronger to beat the Elite Four. But what if instead he got to the Elite Four, and the Elite Four, like, weren't really that strong? They had, like, Bulbasaurs, but we just took away all of Ash's Pokemon and he got, like, a Caterpie. Like, well, that's no fun. Like, who wants to watch him level up his Caterpie to beat, like, the semi-okay Elite Four? Like, no. We want to see him, like, get super strong to beat the super strong Elite Four. Metabot Showdown. The entry level 4. Yeah. The mediocre 4. Mediocre? I had thought that Final Fantasy V was always called Final Fantasy V in Japan. But I don't know that much about the history of 5. Maybe you did get Mandela affected. I'll call up the Berenstein Bears and see what they have to say about it. Dude, I love stories of old sports games that could get cheesed. I've told the story many times about, I believe it was 2K5, NFL, or ESPN 2K5. Where you could cheese the entire game with Michael Vick. Thanks, Sphinx. It's always funny when people can find out, like, funny cheeses for those old sports games. And it doesn't surprise me. There's a lot that goes into the AI of those games, so, like, it doesn't surprise me that they can be cheesed sometimes. But yeah. It's just, funny. Yeah, for those of you that weren't here when I told that story, basically in ESPN 2K5, that was back when Michael Vick was, like, on the top of the world. And for those of you that don't know sports, Michael Vick was a quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons that year. And many years before that. And right after that game, he got in trouble for bad things. But he was still on top of the world back then. And so they made him really good in the game, but there was one play in particular you could run. Well, first of all, they made Michael Vick way too good. Because the whole thing with Michael Vick was that he was a quarterback, but he was a really fast runner. Skeleton Dragon. Yo, wait, they give him the 42. So the whole thing with Michael Vick was that he was a really fast quarterback. So in the game, they gave him speed that was basically equivalent to a running back. Which is broken, because he's not a running back, he's a quarterback. But that's basically what they did to make him fit his real-life skill set. So that was already really strong. But there was one play in particular that was a quarterback sneak. And for those of you that don't know football terms, quarterback sneak is where the quarterback hikes the ball, but instead of giving it to his running back, he just runs it himself. And the play was basically he would back up, pretend to give the ball to the running back, and then he would long hook to the left. And for whatever reason, the AI in ESPN 2K5 never caught on of that play, ever. It didn't matter what difficulty it was set to, didn't matter if you were playing the Super Bowl in the career mode, didn't matter. They never caught on. So, and because Michael Vick had the speed of a running back, you could literally, from any place on the field, run this play and just run Vick into the end zone. And so, like, it was the true definition of broken, like a broken strat. And I used to I used to play the Falcons and run that play and get scores like 200-0 against the hardest AI with that play. So it was it was pretty funny. Yo, you got the job, General. Congrats, dude. Give me some foam in the chat for General. Proud of you, man. Really happy for you. And the only other game I can think of that I like cheesed that hard was Blitzball, which isn't really a sports game, but I've told that story 100 times too. I don't know if I've told it during Fantathon though. Actually, I should rest first. Darth! Thank you so much for the $20. Christmas is coming! I would like to get you StarCraft Remastered to enjoy as an early Christmas present. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoy this as much as you do They Are Billions. Yeah, I've always wanted to try StarCraft. So that sounds really fun. Let me write that down before I forget.
Whoa!
That's on Steam, right? I'm guessing. I got ink on my fingernail. No. Pow! I do not believe they have level 7 magic here. They have level 7 magic in the final dungeon, in that, like, secret room. Oh no, this is level 7, yeah. But I think... let me see. Pa! I guess I could buy some level 7 magic, huh? I didn't before because I didn't have money, but I have money now. Oh no, it's on Battle.net? Okay. I could get that at least. Oop. I bought 2 of those. Whatever. I have so much money. I got so many dollar bills. I already had Reflect too. Oh, an ancient meme. Nice. So, for those of you that weren't here throughout the week, I have a incentive for me to show off a meme that I saved on my iPod back in high school. I had an iPod Touch in high school, in middle school. And I used to go on meme websites back when it was really cool and save memes that I thought were funny. And I look back on them now, and they're not funny. And I don't know why I ever thought they were funny. So I've been showing them off as a joke. Let's see if we can get a good one. Let's see. I saved all these life hacks that I thought I was gonna use. Like these. What? I saved all these life hacks. I was like, man, when I'm a dad, I'm totally gonna use these life hacks. And I never use them. That would not work. At least not with my son. He would just take the pool noodle and whack me with it. Wow. I saved this? I thought this was funny. You remember that song, What Does the Fox Say? That... Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was funny. Like, get it? Because he's a fox. Did I save? Or did I start to save and then not save? Okay, I saved. Oh, another one? Okay, hold on. How about... Oh my god, another one? That's a good one. Apparently I was practicing my dad jokes before I was a dad. Oh, you guys remember the Internet Explorer memes? Remember these? You get it? Because Internet Explorer is slow? That's so funny. Oh man, check out this cool boomer joke. Even in high school, I was a boomer. Haha, funny. Funny dank meme. I had all the Dora memes apparently. I don't know what was so exciting about Dora. I never watched Dora the Explorer. Like I did. I've seen it. I didn't actively watch it. I don't know why I would, because it was not. I was not the age for that. I guess maybe if one of my kids gets into Dora, then I'll have to watch Dora, but I don't even think Dora's on TV anymore, is she? She's probably on cable, which no one owns, so... Can I stream Dora? Is Dora on any streaming services? Can I Netflix Dora? Is there like a real-life Dora Netflix special I can watch? I want the real life I want the Netflix remake of Dora. Dora, 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 the real life explorer. Yeah, I should check Refia, because she might be stronger without the claws now. Probably not, though. Well, I don't know. She's probably gone up a lot of job levels. There was like a fake trailer for a Dora movie I remember watching, but I don't know if anyone ever made a real one. I did not see the Dora movie. Was Swiper a real fox in the movie? This stream is basically Dora the Explorer. Pretty good. Alright guys, say it with me. Kill the monster. Kill the monster. We gotta say it 3 times. Nope. What level is she? Oh, she's only job level 21. We still got a ways to go. Mom! Mom! Grandma doesn't care about your rutabagas. Get off the phone. I'm trying to play internet poker. I'm gonna win it big. What's up, Sonic? Nova! Thank you so much for the 5 months. Every time I see you, I think of my cat. You forgot phone calls would interrupt dial-up? I'll never forget. That was my life growing up. was us trying to maneuver around phone calls and internet so everyone could get their stuff done. Because my mom would do work from home sometimes too, so it was like a fight between my mom getting on the internet to finish her work, me getting on the internet to finish my homework, someone having to call someone at some time. Like, it was a trapeze act trying to get everyone to what they needed. Death Gregory unites us. Wait a second, my middle name is Gregory? How's it going, Ataru? You guys want another ancient meme? Alright. Wow. You guys remember pie chart memes? Yo, Shotgun! Thank you for the 28 months. Welcome back. No, this is like the worst pie chart meme I've ever seen. So, like, look at this graph. Like, it's not... Okay, it's... The joke is, like, whenever you play on the piano, people like to bang on random keys. But, like, usually when you see a pie chart meme, they make the whole thing one color, and that's, like, the joke. But it looks like he actually tried to make it accurate. Like, well, it only happens, like, 80% of the time. Like, too much effort was put into the pie chart to make it actually accurate. Like, it's a joke. It doesn't have to be accurate. Oh. This isn't actually a meme. I just wanted to show you. I used to play this backgammon game all the time on my phone. Check out this perfect block. Get absolutely dumpstered. Alright, that's it. I just wanted to brag. This... If you guys didn't think I was a nerd enough already. Wait, why did I take a picture of my freezer? Wait. There's a bunch of pictures of my freezer in here. Why? Oh, dude, look at that Luigi's, though. Wait. I'm sorry. This playthrough has gone completely off the rails. Look at this. I took a picture of my freezer. Why did I do that? But I got Luigi's Ice, though. Maybe that's why I took the picture. I was trying to brag to some girl. Hey girl! You want to come over to my house? I got 3 pounds of beef and some Luigi's. I'll be right over. Oh my god, I need to change this. I need to change this to that meme where it's like, I'll be right over. Be like, hey girl, you want to come over? Nah, I'm busy. I got 3 pounds of beef and some Luigi's. And then she's like, I'll be right over. I'll be there. Alright, this one is just bad.
Pretty good.
Why did I keep this? Why did I keep that? Well, I guess not even funny. It's kind of funny, but...
Whoa!
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 I love Meme Week. It's not even Meme Week, though. It's Meme Month. We have a whole month of memes. I'm gonna enjoy every minute.